Now, a few videos ago, I talked about how people don't have any more critical thinking when it comes to making their own builds in 2K, right? Everyone just follows the same three YouTubers. Oh my God, he posted this build, so I'm gonna make this build, even though it goes completely against how I play the game. Do not worry, today I got you covered on how you can make the best build that perfectly fits you and your playstyle, man. Let's get to it. Now, one of my tips I'm gonna give y'all right now is to take a look at these Pro Tune builds, man. These Pro Tune builds are really, really solid. I posted a 6'8 power forward a couple of weeks ago, and that build was literally built off of this build right here, right? Jaren Jackson, 1 through 5. That's a tough ass name, by the way. That's the only downside of having to change the stats on these builds. But definitely look at these Pro Tune builds, man. They can serve as a really great blueprint for making a build that perfectly fits your playstyle. Right now, let's say you want to be a big man who can stretch the floor, right? They got Cat, they got Miles Turner, they got Porzingis, and Miles Turner to me is a perfect one because this one got blocked too. But like I said, you don't have to go with these stats, right? You can customize the build as much as you want. The only thing is that the name changes, because at times these names be tough as hell, but it's not that serious at the end of the day. You can change the height, anything about this build, but like this serves as a nice blueprint for a stretch, right? For a stretch big, right? So let's say I'm like, oh, okay, I want to be a big man, a two-way stretch who can shoot the ball on top of play elite defense, right? This build can also dunk. So let's say, okay, now let me change the height from that. Let's go to, I don't know, let's go 6'9" maxed out wingspan. Now, I mean, now you can work at this even more, right? You can put you can put the rebound up more. You can put the perimeter up more because I mean you are taller or shorter and faster. Like, these Pro Tune builds serve as a perfect blueprint for y'all. So definitely make sure y'all check out the Pro Tune builds. NBA builds are not as in depth, right? Like, they're just kind of like bland. But I would still recommend looking at these builds too, right? Even though these aren't as good as the Pro Tune builds, they're still very, very solid blueprints to go off of when you're trying to make a build that perfectly fits you and your playstyle. Now, my next tip I would have to tell, I would give for y'all is work off of badges, right? And when I say that, okay, let's say you want to make a build that has a really high mid range, and to me, a high mid range is like at least a 90, right? So let's just say, okay, I want to build a really high mid range. Go to build by badges, gold shifty shooter. Okay, this isn't gonna work. I'm being slow. Okay, let's just say, yeah, I want a point guard build with a really high mid range, right? So let's just go, okay, boom, gold shifty shooter. Okay, cool. I also want a point guard build that is a lockdown defender. Okay, on ball menace. Let's put this to, I don't know, Hall of Fame. Just make sure you work off of the badges. This is how I make most of my builds. I don't just randomly put stats up like, okay, let's do pass accuracy and then let's do strength and then let's do, nah, I don't do that, right? Because I know a lot of people make their builds like that. Make your builds off of your badges that you want on a build, right? Like I said, I did midi for the, so I said I want a high midi, so I went with gold shifty. I want a high perimeter, so I went with Hall of Fame on ball. And then even if you want, you can always take these down, obviously, right? Like, they're not permanent, but going by badges when making a build, it gives you a really nice just mind of like mindset, like, okay, this is what I want to do, so let me put the stats up to that, right? Let's go by badges. And always forget, this is my third tip, you always have the +2 and +1s, bro. Always remember that. Right now, it's at level 440, but a lot of people end up just buying the whole pass. I know I do. If you don't, grind up to it, but a lot of people end up having the +2 tier 1 and tier 2 on top of +1s, because that's what I usually work off of when I'm making a build like this. Because I know for a fact, let's say a build like this, I'm gonna say, okay, I want to be a lockdown, but do I really want to sacrifice going up this high on perimeter defense at 96 when I can just put it down to, let's say, gold, right? Okay, gold, and then I can just use my +1 tier 1 on ball menace, boom, Hall of Fame. Also, cap breakers play a big role, right? And when I say cap breakers, I'm talking about your wingspan, right? Your wingspan plays a big role in the kind of cap breakers that you get. On my 6'6" build that I recently posted, I originally had that build at like a 6'9", 6'10", I originally had that build at like a 6'9" to like 6'10" wingspan, and the cap breakers were so much more different when I changed it from that to just a 6'8" wingspan, bro. I'm talking so much more different. Now, my next tip for y'all would be just get to truly know the builder, right? Get to know the builder, right? You got the animation glossary, all this, bro. All this definitely can help make your creation of a build perfectly like more easy for you, 100%. Also, just know certain stats, right? I said attributes, same thing. No certain attributes, man. Like for me, I've been in this builder a lot since this game came out, so I know 91 mid range is automatically gold shifty. I know 85 driving layup will give me silver layup mixmaster. I know 89 driving dunk on top of 78 vert, that gives me pro contact tag dunks for both 1 foot and 2 foot, because like I said, you could go to the animation glossary, but it saves you so much more time when you just already like know these stats and just like burn them into your brain. I know 93 strength on top of, I believe, an 80 ball handle, 80 or 81 ball handle, that gives you legend strong handle. Like certain things is just certain attributes are just really good to know for later. Also, right, here's one thing I like to do too. I know a lot of other people do this, but this one thing I've definitely like enjoyed doing so far this year. Before you make a build, right, please, okay, so let's say I made this build, whatever, make sure you check out the cap breakers you can get for this build. You do not want to just make you don't want to just make a build, right, and be like, okay, so and have your cap breaker set on one certain thing, but when you get it, it's like, oh, I can't even get that, right? You don't want to make a build and then go to cap breakers and be like, fuck, I can't even get that, but it's too late because you already put VC on it, right? So definitely make sure before you put money on a build, please, I'm begging you to go to advance all that, right, and go to the cap breakers and see, okay, what cap breakers can I get, right? And it might take a bit longer, because at times what I do is, if I'm not a big fan of the thresholds that like the cap breakers have, I might have to put the wingspan down some. I might have to change the height. It takes a bit longer, but believe me, it is so much more worth it when you're trying to make a build that perfectly fits you and your playstyle, right? Believe me, right? I've learned this the hard way. I've learned this the hard way so many times, especially this year with all the builds that you can make, right? Now, we touched on Pro Toon builds, we touched on NBA builds. My last tip, honestly, because my last tip, bigs, please have at least an 80 vert. Unless you're 7'3", obviously it only goes to a 70. But I mean, bro, if you see right here, man, if you 6'8" to like what 7'1", because even at 7'1", I think you can get an 80 vert. Yeah, even at 7'1", you can get an 80 vert. Please have an 80 vert, right? I'm so sick of seeing these 7'4" bigs not snag shit because they got a 35 vert. Like, come on, gang, have an 80 vert, because that helps with dunks on top of rebounding, right? You don't want to be a big man out here that can barely fucking jump. Like that is just atrocious. Please put up vert. But if I had to really like say like my most important tip for y'all that I've given y'all so far, definitely check out these Pro Toon builds, bro. Because sometimes I'll be in the builder like, okay, I know what I want to make, but like I just can't put pen to paper. You feel me? Going into these Pro Toon builds really helps, bro. It really does, bro. Like one build I'm definitely thinking of making is this Jalen Suggs build, Mr. Two-Way, bro. This build is tough as hell, right? Now, obviously, I'm not gonna go at everything. Like, I'm probably going to change around the mid-range shot. I'm probably gonna change the strength and the vert, but definitely these Pro Toon builds serve as a really good blueprint, especially if like you know what you want to make, but like you just can't put your finger in it, like I just can't get it together, like making the build my own. These Pro Toon, this is why they're here, man. This is why they're here. Pro Toon this template, bro. Pro Toon it, right? You, like I said, you don't have to copy it unless you want the name, because these names do be sweet. Like Mr. 2A to me is tough as hell. Unguardable, that is a tough ass name for a build. Like, let's just be honest. But I'm not a big fan of the 73 free throw. I'm not a big fan of the 75 layup. So if I were to make this build, I'm definitely going to change it. But these Pro Toon builds and these NBA builds definitely help, right? So that's pretty much all for this video. I just wanted to really help y'all how to make the best build for you in this game. Because I know at times making a build can be very, very difficult and overwhelming, right? And like I said, even annoying. So hopefully this video helped y'all. Any more tips y'all got, drop them down in the comments, right? Help other people out going through the comments. And if you're still here, I appreciate you so much. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, all that jazz. And yeah, man, I'm out. Peace.